Alright, welcome to my Kathy vs. the World video. Kathy is my level 1 Shadow Knight that I twinked up, and I was trying to think of what type of fun stuff to do with this character. Now, obviously at level 1 you can't hardly do any damage whatsoever, and then maybe I thought, since she's a Shadow Knight, what type of damage can she take? So what I did is I was thinking, maybe I'll go and try to hit Talender and see what happens, maybe see if I can actually survive a few rounds with him. And then I looked it up and it said he hits for 1200. I was like, that's probably not going to work since my character only buffs up to 3300 HP and then has 2200, almost 2300 HP unbuffed. One thing I did have to do is I had to get a Twisted Longsword of Pain because it has a proc that works at level 1. There's no way for me to keep aggro, especially if I'm about to be receiving heals. So that was the main problem I had to address, is how do I even have a chance at keeping aggro? I have taunt and then a level 1 weapon proc off of the Twisted Sword. As you can see in this video, it worked, but not really. I was able to keep aggro, I think, most of the time, but it was really hard with me catching heals. So obviously the main point of this video is not that I'm taking a level 1 and soloing these mobs, it's that can I stand toe-to-toe and actually survive the fight? Most of the damage done to Phinny in this fight was done from the damage shield from the Bard, not the top Bard spells, because as everybody knows, you have to use level 50 or 49, somewhere in there. Spell or song and below is the only thing that will work on a level 1 character. So all the buffs are 50 and below, all the songs are 50 and below. And when I started this healing, I have my full crew here, like all 12, just in case stuff goes bad. I didn't really even need more than one group for this type of fight. This was en route to other places, so I was just traveling around trying to figure out what to do. And so I stopped here at Phinny. First thing, I didn't even know that level 1s could get to the DZs, but I let the level 1 into the DZ. And then I was trying to figure out how to pull. As you can see at the start, I got rooted here. So when I first started the fight, I had 2 people healing, and that was way overkill. And then I went down to just having 1 healer, and that was actually way overkill. And then actually I had the mob slowed for a while, which actually hurt me, because if I was using all the damage from the damage shield from the Bard, that didn't really make much sense, and then it made the fight a lot longer. So I let the slow run off, and then I slowed the healing down on my cleric. I was healing like maybe around 60% is when I was looking to cast a heal. So you can see that Phinny is hardly doing any damage to this level 1. I don't know why that is, because I don't remember how much AC that these fights were geared toward. My Shadow Knight has 400 something, and I don't know if that's a lot or a little. So if anybody remembers from actual classic server, that's the 1 through 50, what a typical like best geared tank's AC and HP was, that would be really helpful for comparison to level 1, because I have no clue. But Phinny didn't even do close as much damage as I thought, and actually the Bard was really mainly there, not only for damage shield and some minor buffs, but also for Enduring Breath, because I forgot that Phinny dispels for some reason. I think it slipped my mind as I was traveling through here, so I stripped all my buffs away, and thankfully had the Bard there in the group to keep Enduring Breath on. But so basically the only thing attacking and doing damage is the Bard's damage shield, and then the Shadow Knight is just hitting it, and it's trying to proc Acrimony and Taunt to keep aggro off of the Cleric, which worked okay, but not the best. So I don't know to what extent I can go and challenge raid bosses and damage shield kill them with a level 1 while they're being healed. I'm thinking that I might actually have to take either a warrior to dual wielding, so I can have 2 weapons that proc, or take like the SK, I think it's Clinging Darkness at level 11, which I could chain cast, which might help me keep aggro. So right now I'm really fighting the aggro issue and how to make this work. For future videos like this, there's a lot of classic mobs that I just simply won't be able to do because of the death touch. But if there's anything that you'd like to see this level 1 Twink fight, let me know. This level 1 is not really going to die, and if it dies, it's not going to wipe anything. So it's like basically having a level 1 that's invulnerable to most things in classic and a lot of other group content, even up to Luckland, and we'll see how far that goes. So the point of the video is just, can you actually have a level 1 Twink in the current state of the game on the TLPs actually stand toe-to-toe with some of these old raid or old bosses and survive? It's not so much about actually killing the boss. It's not so much about how much extra firepower outside it takes to beat these things. It's, can you twink a level 1 up enough to actually take those hits, because that to me is absolutely impressive, and I'm kind of interested in seeing what type of stuff he can tank. But like I said, I might have to get to level 11 so I can hold aggro, because I don't like that it's switching between the healer and the SK. It looks like I'm using the healer to tank some of the mob for me, which is what's happening. But as you can see, the Shadow Knight is obviously an absolute no risk. If Phinny was on him 100% of the time, he was an absolute no risk of dying at any point in time. He was being healed by one of the lower level cleric spells. I think it was like a 2,000 point fast heal, and it was being cast at level 60 at the end without a slow on the boss. So level 1 Twink SK on Mischief versus Phinny, SK 1, Phinny 0. So stay tuned for more of these videos, and thanks for watching.